Welcome, dear viewers, to Julia Herdman History. I'm thrilled to have you here with us today, as we embark on a fascinating journey through the lesser explored corridors of history. But before we dive into our enlightening topic, I kindly invite you to show your support by liking this video and hitting that all-important subscribe button. By doing so, you'll stay up to date with our engaging historical explorations. Now, let's turn our attention to an intriguing chapter in history that often goes overlooked: the Enlightenment and its remarkable impact on the evolution of attitudes towards women's rights and gender equality. So, without further ado, let's jump into the captivating world of the Enlightenment, and the remarkable women who helped pave the way for change. In the 17th and 18th centuries, both in Europe and on the American continent, the Enlightenment played a pivotal role in fostering discussions and dialogues on a wide range of topics, including intellectual reasoning, happiness, liberties, equality, the function of government, and the rights of citizens. Notably, it emphasized the concept of natural rights. Natural rights, as expressed during the Enlightenment, represent the belief that individuals possess fundamental rights that are inherent to their humanity. These rights include equality, life, liberty, property, and the pursuit of happiness. Governments are instituted to protect these rights, and individuals have the right to resist or alter governments that fail to do so. The Enlightenment's emphasis on natural rights laid the foundation for modern concepts of human rights, democracy, and individual liberty today. Enlightenment-era philosophers like John Locke, Montesquieu, and Adam Smith had a significant impact on the American Revolution and the formulation of the new democratic republic in the United States. Importantly, the Enlightenment era also prompted discussions about gender equality, as women began to perceive themselves as equally endowed by God with certain natural, inalienable rights. Women became influential thinkers and contributors, voicing their perspectives on the major political and philosophical issues of the day, including the contested issues of female intellect, emotions, and women's roles in past and future societies. This trend continued during and after the Revolutionary era, when the new governments they had helped to establish failed to grant them the full rights of civic participation. The mid to late 18th century was a time when women, particularly those of the elite classes, had the opportunity to participate in philosophical conversations in various public venues, such as social clubs, salons, and coffee houses. Salons, popular in Paris and England, were frequently hosted by high-status women who invited the political and literary elite of the day to join their soirees. Coffee houses were more inclusive, although women were not always granted entry. In Great Britain, women could join women-only debate societies like La Belle Assemblée, where they could openly express their views on women's issues, including female equality, marriage, and even politics. Notably, men did not always speak favorably about these debate societies, or the discussions they fostered. One of the principal avenues of women's participation in the Enlightenment was through the printed word. By the turn of the 18th century, more women had access to books and pamphlets, enabling them to contribute their ideas in print. Mary Wollstonecraft, born in Great Britain in 1759, is one of the most well-known Enlightenment-era female authors. Her 1792 work, A Vindication of the Rights of Women, with strictures on political and moral subjects, earned her the title of the first feminist. Although her arguments did not explicitly advocate for gender equality, instead, Wollstonecraft primarily emphasized the equal education of girls and women, a position that was unconventional at a time when many supported providing women with a limited, domestically oriented education. Wollstonecraft argued that for children to grasp the true principles of patriotism, their mothers needed to be patriots. However, the prevailing education and social circumstances of women at the time excluded them from this role. During her brief career, She wrote novels, treatises, a travel narrative, a history of the French Revolution, a conduct book, and a children's book. After two ill-fated affairs, with Henry Fuseli and Gilbert Imlay, by whom she had a daughter, Fanny Imlay, Wollstonecraft married the philosopher William Godwin, one of the forefathers of the anarchist movement. Wollstonecraft died at the age of 38, 11 days after giving birth to her second daughter, Mary Shelley, who became an accomplished writer and the author of Frankenstein. Wollstonecraft's widower published a memoir of her life in 1798, revealing her unorthodox lifestyle, which inadvertently destroyed her reputation for almost a century. However, with the emergence of the feminist movement at the turn of the 20th century, Wollstonecraft's advocacy of women's equality and critiques of conventional femininity became increasingly important. Wollstonecraft's call for a revolution in female education found support in the United States, where educating young women became linked to the success of the American Republic. If young women championed national origin stories and embraced Republican and Democratic values, they would pass those values on to their children, shaping future model citizens of the Republic. American revolutionaries like Benjamin Rush advocated for educational reform for girls, including subjects like geography, mathematics, civics, and government, alongside traditional skills such as reading, writing, and domestic arts. Wollstonecraft's advocacy for female education reform, channeled through figures like Benjamin Rush, became a foundational concept of the new ideal of Republican motherhood. In this age of revolutions, female philosophers and writers used their pens to express dissatisfaction with the unequal rights offered to them by the new revolutionary governments they had helped to birth. During the French Revolution, Olympe Des Gouges published a strong response to Tom Paine's Declaration of the Rights of Man and of the Citizen. In her book entitled Declaration of the Rights of Woman and of the Female Citizen, she bravely advocated for the extension of equal rights to women. In the midst of the violent turmoil of 1791 in Paris, Des Gouges was associated with the moderate Girondins and opposed the execution of Louis XVI. Her increasingly vehement writings, which attacked Robespierre's radical Montagnards and the revolutionary government during the Reign of Terror, led to her eventual arrest and execution by guillotine in 1793. In the United States, Judith Sargent Murray wrote on the equality of the sexes during the American Revolution. Although it was not published until 1790, Murray made arguments that women's capacity for reason and intellect was equal to that of men. But traditional gender roles and societal norms continued much as they always had in reality. While the Enlightenment began in the 17th century, the women who continued its ideals into the late 18th and early 19th centuries helped advance its key principles of equality. These women harnessed Enlightenment and revolutionary principles of inalienable rights, civic participation, reason, and equality to push forward progress in areas such as women's education, suffrage, and equal rights. Well, that's it for today, folks. A huge, heartfelt thank you for joining me and for your incredible attention. Your support means the world to me. If you found value in today's content, please do me a favor, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to press the alarm bell so you won't miss any of the exciting new videos coming your way soon. Your engagement helps us grow and create an amazing community right here. And your feedback is always warmly welcomed and appreciated. Once again, thank you for spending your valuable time with me. I'm truly grateful for each and every one of you. So, until next time, take care, stay inspired, and remember, incredible things are on the horizon, and I can't wait to share them with you. Goodbye for now, and see you in the next video.